What's going on, folks? Mr. Soul of a Man. We are in this thing. We are in the house. What is going on, folks? Everybody out there. It's kind of good Monday and all that good stuff. We're getting Monday. All right, back. Let me grab my water here. Whew. All right, let's get straight into it, ladies and gentlemen. What's going on? I am Mr. Soul of a Man 504 in the place to be. We're in a house. Everyone out there. Hope everybody had a good Monday, man. I had that song in my spirit, in my mind for the last few hours. So there we go. Yeah. So tonight we're talking about tonight's topic, ladies and gentlemen. Mm, I don't think that's way over there. Hold on. So tonight's topic is we're talking about so I came on earlier, with Miss TJ Inspires, and we were talking about our books, and the books are available. It's like $10 for the books, and you get your autograph copy, all of that good stuff. So just hit me up in the back channel, or just leave a comment down below, and I'll get back with you on that. So we are talking about so today's topic is 15 minutes of fame. It's very interesting how, like, through social media, through life, it's um it often feels like we're all trying to get somewhere. Bottom line, we're all trying to get somewhere. We have things to do. We have goals and all of that. And all of that stuff like that. Adulthood bills, blah blah blah. But it's just interesting how we are, so it's like we're sold this dream that it's going to happen overnight, and we go through years and years. And, like, for me, my personal story, like, I wrote my first book in 2015, I believe, and here it is, 2024, still not necessarily on the New York Times bestsellers list. Still haven't written that international bestsellers yet. Maybe I have. Maybe the book hasn't been discovered as of yet. And here I and I've been through this massive, 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 massive. I've been through this. I've been through this very massive spiritual journey, this life journey that keeps getting bigger, and and all of that good stuff. And the spiritual journey, people talk, they talk about love and light and all that good stuff. And yeah, you have some incredible light inside of you. You do. But I personally had to fight my own demons of, the depression and anxiety and this and that. And, like I've been to different spiritual people. I've had people speak and, you want to say prophesy over my life and say, you're going to be doing this, you're going to be doing that. And, you get to a point and you ask yourself like, man, when is when is all of that stuff, like when is it coming? I think the thing is that um we do have to go through stuff, and these things help to prepare us along the journey. Do we did I want to go through all of that stuff? No, I didn't. There were some, some jobs, some people, some lessons I probably could have went without. But that old saying, you never put more on you than, you never put more on you than you can bear. And, here, what's going on, Miss Flo? How are you? Yeah, so, you never put more on you than you can bear. And here, here I am, and there you are with whatever you have going on, and you're continuing to you're continuing to flow, you're continuing to haha, no pun intended. You're continuing to flow, you're continuing to move through, you're continuing to flow, and you're continuing to move through your journey, maybe not necessarily um where you maybe not necessarily where you want to be, but like it's often said, you're where you're supposed to be. Sometimes you are given a break. You are, your guides, your spiritual team, God, um, your ancestors, angel guides, Holy Spirit, whatever, whoever you subscribe to, they'll put you on the side and be like, look, there she said, and it is right. They will, take who you are, what you have, and they'll put you on the side and be like, you know what, just rest. Just it's like you said about, servant well done. Just take a few weeks and breathe. We got you. You know, my last job situationship, as I like to call it, I um when I left the job the last day, I heard clear in my mind, it's like, do you trust me? And I was like, yes. And like here I am, you know. Like really it's hearing, call it God, the whole that voice of God, the Holy Spirit is something. It's something. It's something. They say God moves in mysterious ways. Very much so, man. God. What does it say? Said like His ways are not our ways. His thoughts are not our thoughts. I don't want to be preaching on here, but so we're talking about 15 minutes of fame. For those who are just joining us. Because we live in a society where people like, oh, I have this magical potion, or I have this or this candle, or whatever that, whatever that is. And if you subscribe to that, cool. But just to say that things take time. It does. That's just necessarily what it is. Even though we feel tired, we feel tired, we are beat down, we are exhausted, and in a partridge in a pear tree, here we are, another December, another year, and some people, they want the year to end. And for me, this whole year has been a fight. It has been a fight since I remember 2023. I took a cruise. I came back to this city, and I don't know, man. I went back to work when I was at that job, and it just felt just this whole year, for me. I can't speak for, I can only speak for me. But honestly, this for me, this whole year has been a fight. Like seriously, it's been a fight from beginning, like from when the bell rung the first time, ding ding. I had my, I was, I was just like, like they say in boxing, they say in boxing, protect yourself at all times, and that's how it's been for me, for people who don't know you and want to spiritually attack you and listen. Yeah, it's just weird with people with that stuff, but again, going to the 15 minutes of fame, you know, if the quick success a lot of times leaves quickly, and it's like, here today, going tomorrow. It's like, can you have it all? I mean, I don't know. I guess maybe it just depends on who you are and how you want to look at that. But it's just like, high school, college. Um, this person might have been a Mr. Miss Popular, and the high school, the prom queen, and this and that, and and those maybe that was their claim to fame. Maybe now they're an accountant and they're happy. But for us who, for I'll say for the chosen few who have a different path, um, I've I mean, I've done some stuff here and there that I'm proud of, but I know the bigger things are yet to come, and I always say that when those things do come for you, that it's that you deserve these things. You really and truly do. Based off the fact that what did it say? The cemetery is the richest place because those are filled with dreamers and dreams and ideas that would never fulfill. Probably billions upon billions and trillions of dollars. Throughout the annals of time. But here we are. We're still fighting. And sometimes it doesn't happen when you're sometimes sometimes we don't have the connections at the age of 15 or 18 or 19 through our 20s and our 30s, and not everybody is going to be a big social media icon with hundreds of thousands of organic followers and people supporting you. And you might hit a point with social media where, let's say if you only have 100,000 or whatever that number is, for you, maybe for your business, for you to thrive, and for you to keep, for you to reach whatever you deem that level of, whatever that level of success is. It is very true. It is about timing, and it's not just timing, but it's very much so divine timing that's wrapped up in all of that. And it's like, we keep asking, yeah, we ask that question like, man, when, like, I remember it was Joyce Meyer. She was like, he said some people, they're like, when, Lord, when, why, Lord, why, why do I have to keep going through the same old, like, why do I have to keep going through the, yeah. So, it's almost like, you just ask that question of, why do you have to keep going through the same stuff? And it's like, why is it that it does sometimes it does feel like a punishment. It really does. That you have to, you that you're in a situation that you feel like, man, if I could go back. Like my whole life, people told me like, hey, you got any kid, like when I was very much so younger. Yeah, when I was very much so younger, people would say, hey, you got kids, you married, family, and I would say, of course, I would say no, because I wasn't, I didn't, was my situation was what it was at that point, and they would always say, man, if I could go back, hey, it was. They would say, I love my kids, but, or they would say, man, man, if I could, they would say, man, wait and blah 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 and this and that. And I mean, me, like, and I was, if you're like in your early 20s, I mean, how impressionable is that? People who have kids, and you're like, what if you're thinking like, oh yeah, hey, I would love to have fun with it, and all of these people coming up and telling you, wait or don't do it. It's like a scare. It's like a I don't know, man. You know how they send them kids to them the prisons and the scare tactics and stuff like that, and they're like, you do not want to end up in here uh with Big Bubba and them. You know what I'm saying? Dropping the soap and all that stuff. But man, it's very interesting, But what I'm saying is that it is timing. It is timing. It is about, it is about going through all of the stuff that we've gone through. For me, I have been to college. I went to school, went back to school, went back to school. So it's like for me, it's like I don't, I don't. I guess it's really and truly. Sometimes it is trial and error, because as we are, as we just, it would be nice. Like like how many times have you seen like uh man, I saw this thing with this baby, this girl was holding her baby, and the baby's face was like, the baby was just looking, you sit to, this is a like a newborn child looking at, like, a newborn child looking at his mama saying, I know she broke, like, for real. The baby was like, the struggle is going to be real, like, why on earth did I come back down here to be, to be put in this situation? And that's the thing, it's like, man, like, why am I it's like, it's like, people say, well, we come down here with this, like, I heard somebody was talking about this a few minutes ago. They were like, we come down here in our assignments and when we're young and we forget. And then, she was saying something about the teenage years, about how teenagers rebel, and how they're remembering their assignments and what they're, and maybe we were like that too, because society was like, hey, follow the trends, go to school for this and that. And whether you're happy or not, they'll say, well, this is where the money is now. So, go, I don't know, go into finance, go into the medical field, even if you don't want to do that. You know, that's what they were, that's what they were, that's what they were telling us, back then. So, but it's just very, it's very, it's very interesting, and it's very unique in the things that we have to go through, and the stuff that we have to go through. I've heard a lot of the people say, they they hate the city that they're in. I've said that myself. I don't like being in this city. I should have said, said I should have left a long time ago because sometimes even when I was in New Orleans, the job market sucked. And when I said the city felt like quicksand, because it's like New Orleans party city clubs, drinking, all that good stuff. But like once the party's over, if you don't have any money to do that kind of stuff, it's like, you know. But it's almost like when it's like sometimes we live this life where we just want to visit, and after that we just want to pack our stuff and go. Like for real, we want to hit the greener pastures. We want to go somewhere where we're just, I maybe I'm just speaking for y'all when I say that. I think we just all want to be happy at this point. That's it. Beyond all of uh this political nonsense in this country, and these racist people, and you know the our own folks who are sometimes very ignorant. Let's just be honest. And in the middle of all of that, we are caught up in all of that stuff. I guess that's why we walk a different path, and we walk a different journey. And it's like we walk this we walk this spiritual journey, because we believe in something greater than us that's going to come and help. And then I've seen it, with my own two eyes, and I felt it and all of that stuff that, really and truly helps to shape us. And ancestors become closer than family, because you can call on them, or you can pray to God. Yeah, it's 24/7, like really and truly. But it's just man, it's a very, very, very. It's really and truly an interesting journey. It's like asking yourself, if you could go back, would you change anything about your life? We're like, or if people ask that question, the you now, what would you tell like your 18-year-old self, back then? Like I would say, invest in Microsoft. Like, I'll tell you, like by the time you hit your 30s, you will be retired, and you will never have to work ever. Anyway, but anyway, here we are. Yeah, but I try. This is just me thinking about this topic, but I really, give me a sec. I really and truly try not to get into the um I really and truly try not to get into the oh woe is me, and the oh woe is me, and why me, and all of that stuff. I say, you say why not you? So hold on for a second. Oh, like take me going live on here. And yes, I'm back, folks. Yeah, like take me going live on here. Like I feel like sometimes I'm pretty consistent, and people say we gotta go live every day and blah 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 blah. Sometimes I don't feel like going live. Don't Now come on here, and I see, like I'll see somebody else's live. Not compare apples to oranges, but I'll see like they have, I don't know, like a million people watching, and then I come on this platform, and I'm thankful for the people that show up, but I may not have as many, so to speak. But I know that in the very near future that I'm going to have bigger platforms, and I'm going to have I know that I'm definitely going to have greater opportunities. Maybe, just saying, maybe what is going on in Boston, the Celtics. But maybe my journey on social media, or maybe this app, or maybe I'm supposed to be on another app, with a bigger platform, and blah 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 blah. 'Cause, they get in my spirit that this is just for a short time, probably over here, and that is maybe just for something else in my attention, my attention. And if you're new over here, don't forget to follow yours truly. So, and my attention should be focused somewhere else, and which it probably will be. Very soon. Most, also get your network is. I'm also getting, your network is going to be your net worth. So probably going to that. It's going to be very much so soon opportunities where you are just able to talk and network with different people that have the ability to open certain doors for you, certain doors, certain avenues, all that good stuff. But coming out like, I mean, does it get frustrating for me sometimes? Of course it does. And I think maybe parenting for some people gets frustrated. And they may think, why on earth did I get myself in this situation? And you may just have a day, may have a week. It's not that you're mad at the children, but you're mad at yourself for, whatever, whatever, and whatever, and that's, or, um, I would, something like, Lord, this last job, there was like one Monday, I was so mad. Like, I was just like, it took me like almost half the day to kind of calm myself down because I didn't want to be there, and I'm like, why do I have to keep coming back through the same circle, the same cycle, the same jobs, the same people, over and over and over again. Some people, well, just try to make the best of it, blah blah blah. But what if you've done that already? And you just like, man, I just, I mean, I could people look sometimes that 15 minutes of fame, going to one of them parties, y'all know what I'm talking about. I don't need to go into that, but you know what I'm saying? Like Cat Williams said, you get out of my house, me and the kiddos banging it out this week. Right. It's like, man, what was his name? At the comedian Ari Spears was like, man, he said, you know what? I know I've had success and this and that, but I've never really had like that mainstream success. And he said, man, I'm at that point of really thinking like, man, how much does what is this? How much does the soul go for? Something. Like, he was like, real thing about selling the soul. Never been put in that situation, and I'm never gonna put myself in a situation. That's why I'm kind of going that long road, And why am I thinking about that different strokes song? It is, yeah, it's a different strokes for different folks. And I've heard like, well, man, you should have been there. That's why I guess it goes back to no one knows the what's it, what's that saying? No one knows the day nor the hour or something like that. So, and whatever your whatever you whatever you deem as successful, or again, it could have been you going to college, getting your degree, back to college, working in that same field for 20, 30, 40 years. Some people can do that. I am not one of those people. I don't know. I will change careers like people change their socks, like real in the morning. Because and then some people, I find some people out there are like that. It can be very frustrating because for a long time I thought it was me. I really thought, I was like, well, and yeah, it was me. That's just, I guess that's how it came down here. When you are multi-talented, and especially when you're talented more like in the arts. Oh, okay, yeah, good night. So yeah, when you're more talented, like in the arts, and you have a creative mind, and when you're doing something kind of like mundane, routine, you're doing like the same thing over and over and over again, kind of gets old, and it gets old, and it gets old like really, really fast. That's where I found myself, and I was like, you know what, I cannot. I said, I told my folks, I said, I will not, I just can't do this to myself anymore. Whatever. This is my cycle of whatever. I don't know. I just cannot, and I just refuse, man. Just refuse to do that to myself. Just to go somewhere and be miserable and just be like to be that angry where you really feel like you want to physically put your hands on somebody. It's like that's not that ain't it. That is not it, man. Like for real, for real. Somebody was talking about like the that dark night of the soul when you're going through that part of the spiritual journey, and you like the emotions and but yeah, so that's where we sit now. We're just waiting for these miracles to roll in. But we are the miracles. We know that because based off of all of that stuff that I talked about and blah 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 blah, we know that we're still here. We are a powerful, resilient people, and we need we need our we need all of it. We need, as far as I'm concerned, we need all of those. We need our ancestors, God, Jesus, and, all of that holy power and ancestral power and voodoo and all that stuff. We need all of that. We need we need like every bit and part of it. We really do. Yeah. So yeah, it is really rough. Are you going to be sticking it out here? Like as far as being on YouTube? Yeah, 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 I am. Yeah, that's I'm proud of myself because I've been really focused on that and trying to grow this channel and and all of that good stuff. And also over here too, trying to stick it out and yeah. But yeah, but pay attention on your journey because in the next not just in the next few days you're going to get very specific instructions. Very you're going to get very specific instructions as to um what's going to be happening for you next in your life. Very specific, clear instructions as to what you need to be doing next and what you need to be focused on. And feels like I don't. I see. I don't know. I just see a clear runway, and I just see the plane taking off. See a very, very, very clear runway. And it could be. I'm not saying this is it, but it could be something like look, leave that behind because I got something greater for you. And you may be looking at all of your stuff and whatever, and you might have before that. Okay, great. I think it will fare well for you. You very much. Oh well, thank you. Well, thank you for thank you for coming in and hanging out for a little while. Yeah. So, but you're going to get like you've probably gotten these instructions. Some people listen, some people don't. It's like start making room. Start making room for yeah, yeah, so it's like start making room for what is to come next for you in your life. And if you if you weren't going through the oh woe is me kind of syndrome. mm, yeah, so it's a very much so it's a very much so different process. The energy. the energy feels different. The energy feels very much so different. Going what it is this time, and it's going to be yeah, it's very much so going to be a phenomenal ride, really and truly. Um, and just to say, I was talking about 15 minutes of fame, and I don't know, I went on a tangent about something else. But anyway, but oh Lord, the stuff that I've been through in this life. My goodness. I always feel like I feel like I feel like one life where we live several different lifetimes. You know, man, Lord, you would have to be some kind of insane to want to come back down here and do this again. I'm like, when this ride is over, I'm like, look, I need a break. I might take, but anyway, just saying. It is really insane, man. It really is. But I just to say that I know that you feel like you um, you're old. You deserve better. You do. And what is that? Hold on. Hey, how did you pop up on here? Oh, I did. I don't know. Sometimes I'll be pressing buttons on this crazy thing, man. Yeah, no, I was just tonight. Today's topic was 15 minutes of fame, and I was just talking about how sometimes we have to go the long way instead of some people are born rich with a big trust fund and all the connections in the world, Ivy League schools, the best of everything, and some of us have to get it out the gutter, and that's just the that's just what it as we are given other things, our brilliance and our patience, even though sometimes we might want to jump off a bridge. I'm not telling y'all to go do that. Because it can get it can get real and it can get crazy. It can get really real and get crazy. Yeah, well, thank you. Yeah, because I've had my moments now.
So true, man.
I,
I'm really thankful that to see your face, your spiritual. I respect your spiritual gifts. And I don't know. I'm just thankful. I was like, okay, I'll come and talk and say hey and share a smile.
what you drinking? Tea?
I am. I'm trying to calm myself down. Honestly, I'm dealing with motherhood.
Oh yeah. We were just talking. We were talking about parenting earlier. We talked about that. Yeah, we talked about that for a nice little.
Are you a parent?
No, no, I'm not. I'm not. But I can understand though. No, because I know how it was raising me, and I always thought like,
how old were you when you were 18? Because right now, 18-year-old my son is a lot of work.
yeah, man, I don't think. I think I was more. I was probably. I was like very like I was a quiet kid, very sheltered, in a sense like that. I was introverted. There you go. I was very introverted. Always in my mind and all of that stuff. I wasn't. I don't think I was as rebellious. Not to say that I, didn't go out there and try to do crazy stuff and didn't go, like not saying that I didn't have my wild nights hanging out at the club and running, chasing females and all of that stuff. You know how that goes. But I think that I'm glad that I had, they said it really does take a village, so it really,
Honestly, I'm glad that I had a member of my village kind of partake in the whole fiasco of energy and thankfully they came in, spoke their part, and calmed down the situation. So
hmm somebody said that I promise it's a wave hitting the kids right now. They
Yeah.
all be acting out at the. Oh my lord!
I just came through a hurricane. Okay, the tornado touched down, and we just survived it. Okay, I'm drinking the tea. It's not vodka, it's tea.
Huh.
All right, I will survive.
I probably drinking vodka. Like.
It need to be some vodka, but it's not. It's tea.
Like, man, don't you think you've had enough? You don't tell me when I'm. I'll probably be at the bar on the street every night. Just like, man, it's the kid again, man. Yeah, it's the kid again. Yeah, these.
Parenthood is no joke. It is not for the weak. It is not for the weak. It's not for the weak. But now, can I share my since I slept through is it okay to share my dream that I had that I was going to share with you, but I slept through it. I wasn't feeling good on that Saturday. Is that cool?
Yeah, that's cool.
All right, so this was the dream. It was pretty detailed. I went to my mother's, and I had a really in-depth dream about my daughter. She was in a home, and I think it was my home, and she brought four children home with her, and they were all different ages, and one looked like her. And I was like, "Did you have a kid and not tell me?" Because my daughter doesn't. I don't see my daughter. She doesn't live with me right now.
Mm.
And she was like, "No." And I was like, "But these people are just here in the house getting food, didn't ask them permission. How are you just gonna move four kids in the house without telling me?" And that was pretty much what the dream was. It was her and four kids, like in all different age ranges. The youngest was maybe 5. The oldest was like preteen or maybe 14. And there was like 4 of them. 2 girls and 2 boys.
Mm.
Very strange, right?
Mm.
And then one looked like her in a boy version. Looked just like her. And I was like looking at her and looking at him. I'm like, "Is this your child? Did you have a child, a whole child, and I didn't know?" And that's pretty much all I remember from the dream.
Yeah, so she, yeah, so it's like, feels like it's something about a lineage and her having her own family and having that point of reconciliation with you and understanding how it was for you to raise her at certain ages. But like you said, those kids were like, it's almost like she's gonna. I mean, I don't know if she's gonna have 4 kids, but it's almost like she might, she's going to go through exactly what you went through, like trying to raise her, and it's like she's probably not gonna get it or understand it until she's like have her own kids and all of that stuff. Very smart young lady, I can feel. Very, very intelligent. But sometimes they say what goes around comes around. So,
I told my man, I'm going through it in my family right now. I'm going through it, mister. We don't talk. Like, we got that. She put me as that no contact. And it's like, what? Yeah. What can you do? Wow, that really hit home, though, saying that makes a lot of sense. I always saw my daughter as the best mother ever. So I could see her having 4 kids because she was just such a nurturer from small, from being 3 years old. She would always nurture everyone around her as soon as she was big enough to do so. So
yeah,
I wouldn't be surprised if she became a mother of 4 one day.
Yeah, and I like what Professor said. It makes me think different, like the different stages of you or the different stages of your life.
Oh, wow. God, that's so amazing. I love the way y'all break that down. That's so awesome. Yeah, but that dream was pretty detailed. And, it was the first time I got to be home with my mom. And I had such a vivid dream of her and these kids just walking around. I'm like, who are these kids in my house? Like, how are you going to just move kids in my house? I'm like, who are these kids? What's going on? They're like doing the dishes, they're making sandwiches. I'm like, well, who are these kids?
Right. Yeah, but we were Yeah, well, we're talking about that. We're talking about kids and families and and how how it is growing up and the stuff that we have to go through in life and how sometimes it's as a child we kind of remember the mission. Life starts to happen, we forget. We have to grow up. And somebody was saying in another life, like when the kids they hit their teenage years, it's like they start to rebel, and maybe that's a form of them remembering, in the sense of it.
Yeah, I guess so. I love her and I respect her, and I know one day we'll see each other again. But it's the holidays, so it's kind of hard not being able to see her. But at least I got to find out that she made a pernil, like a pork shoulder that we make I'm Puerto Rican, so my culture's Puerto Rican. So we do this roasted pork shoulder with the crust, and she sent the photo to my mom, and it would look real good, and I was so proud. I was like, oh, girl, they made her pernil. Good job. My mother was like, that's your Puerto Rican side, because, she's Black and Puerto Rican, so like, that's your Puerto Rican side. That's right. You know how to cook.
Are you out there in New York?
No, my mom is a New Yorican, so that's where I get it from. I'm a product of my environment. I say. My mom was raised in East New York. She was raised in Brooklyn, East New York.
Okay.
But I wasn't. I was born there, but I left before I was even in the first grade. But she raised me, so if I sound like I'm from there, it's because that's what I grew up around, a crazy, loud Puerto Rican woman, New Yorican.
Yeah, like you would swear you were from like the Bronx or somewhere, something like that.
Lakeisha thought the same thing. She was like, "Oh, so what part of New York are you from?" Like, I'm just a product of my environment. I'm not from New York. I was born there, but you couldn't ask me how to get from A to B. I would be lost. Throw me in the middle of Brooklyn. I don't know where I'm going. Okay, I don't know nothing.
Yeah, New York, man. Yeah, New York is like when I went to go visit. New York is busy, man. Like real busy. It's a lot. It's a lot to see though. Like the different boroughs and all of the different sites and the different people, and it's a tourist mecca. I'll say that part.
Oh yeah. My mom, she's a New Yorker through and through. It'll never leave her.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's so amazing. Thank you for bringing that dream down for me. That's so awesome. I love that way you break stuff like that down.
Oh yeah, no problem.
I was so tired though after I ate all that food. I made a huge plate and my body's still recovering because I'm not used to it.
Oh, you're talking about like for tonight or like for the holidays?
Well, Thanksgiving, no, because I had a sickness, a gastritis, so my stomach was very sensitive. And I was feeling really good, but I made a big plate, and yeah, I slept Friday, Saturday, and Sunday straight through because it beat me up. The food beat me up.
Oh yeah.
I can't handle it anymore. I was eating like vegan. I was eating clean. I was doing all this good stuff, and then I had a plate of deliciousness. And oh man, it's like I'm like food hungover. It's not good.
Yeah, I used to be able to eat like when I was younger, and for like Thanksgiving, I'd go to like it'd be me and my cousins. We go to 3-4 different houses. We'd have plates of food stacked up like this.
I didn't know how to monster plate, and now I regret it. I ain't no more. I can't eat like that no more. I can't. I'm a mess now.
Like I know, and it's not just the food, but like going out, like just like hanging out, like just being able to like go out and hang out till like 5-6 in the morning, like back in the day.
The next day.
Yeah, I know, man. Like, there's no way in the world I could do that.
It's true. I'm sober, Betsy. I have one drink. It takes me about a week to recover from one drink. I don't even bother.
Right. Yeah. My drinking days are over. I'm like,
I can't hang one drink and I'm through for like a week. It's so bad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So yeah, I have to. Yeah, but no.
You accidentally hit me up. That's good.
I was like, I was looking. I see you pop up. I'm like, how'd you get on here?
I went into my thing and it said, okay, Solo Man invites you as a guest. I was like, okay, click.
Oh yeah, I think that's this little thing here I use, and it has a mind of its own. But it's all good. It's always great talking to you, though.
Yeah. I'll let you get to your business. Hopefully, some people come in and get some reading going. All right, y'all. Thank you.
All right.
I'll finish my tea. Thank you. I appreciate you.
Yeah, I think I'm. I think I'm. Life. Yeah, very much so. Life is. Yeah, it is. Like, man, it is. It is like it is something else out here. Um, I heard a young lady on she was on here on TikTok, and she was talking about her relationship, and something happened with the dude. I don't know. The dude left, and I guess he was drunk, and they were talking, and she was like, "Come get me," and she was like, "I'm through with it," and but she was like, she went and got him, and then she was like, single. What she said? No, she said like, I don't have any kids, and they don't think they have any kids together. I'm like, why? I'm thinking like, why are you still there? That what? Why would you invite that drama in your life like that? I just don't. I'm not at this stage of the game. Nah, man, you can do that by yourself. Nah, I'm good. I'm good on that. I'll be like, well, I'll pray for you from a distance, but that's it. That's all I can do. Please don't call this phone no more. I'm good. Like seriously, seriously. Nope, we are not doing that. Not here, not now, and not ever. Like, for real. Yeah, but I just could not. I was just listening. It's man. It is interesting sometimes. You think you going through this and that, and your life is this and blah blah blah, and until not trying to compare apples to oranges or wishing anything bad on anybody, but you listen to other people's stories, and it's like, man, it's like people just I don't know, they just thrive on that drama and this and that, and like people, even spiritually, how as you said, I need a vacation of sleep. Said I need a week of sleep on vacation, right? Oh my goodness, man. I was gonna say something. I forgot to say. But yeah, it's just like it's just wild out here how people just want to invite that craziness, man, and in their lives, like these relationships. Like I said, it's to me, it's crazy enough as it is with just me out, trying to figure and maneuver stuff out, and people think you're gonna have it figured out in your 20s. I mean, maybe, but life changes and all that stuff. Oh, I know what I was gonna say. It was I don't know. I think my brain is shut down. It really is. But oh yeah, this girl. Something happened about she. I think she was working with this guy, and she went to somebody for like for some work. Let's just say that some spiritual work, and and so I think the dude started stalking her or something. I really think the dude started stalking her, and she's yeah, I think the dude started like stalking her, man, and it was like, I was like, man, no, I'm not, but I was like, man, it was one of those situations where it turned crazy. I think something happened where I don't know if the girl and the dude ended up dying or something like that. But they said be careful what you wish for. So this spiritual stuff is really real, man. Especially when you mess around with fate and all of that stuff. Some stuff is just not meant to be, and people have free will. So they're not. If they made a decision, they would. She saw the guy was with somebody else, so she was like, he's supposed to be mine, and all right, you see what happened. The stuff is like wild and crazy, man. My life ain't together yet. I'm 29. I can't believe it. Yeah. Yeah. Somebody said like right after high school, I think it was a lady said that. She was like, man, she said right after high school, those years are going to start to like yeah, the love spells. Mhm. But she said like after high school, she said that time is going to start to move like really fast. And yeah, I saw it. I see it. How because it's already December. So it's like okay, I'm just gonna leave that alone for real. Oh goodness, but yeah, but all right, y'all. I'm gonna go ahead on and shut it down. I will be back here probably first thing in the morning, and we'll take it from there. But yeah, thank y'all for yeah. It's a shame on stuff like yeah. It really time really does fly, man. It really does. But yeah, y'all yeah. But I will thank y'all so much for hanging out, and